In a world where leaders are often expected to be loud, visible, and constantly in the spotlight, what if I told you that some of the most effective leaders are actually the ones who know how to disappear? Sounds shocking, right? But here's the truth. Research shows that 70% of highly successful leaders are skilled at leading quietly from behind the scenes, without needing constant recognition or attention. Think about it. How many times have you heard of CEOs, politicians, or famous innovators who had a huge impact, yet managed to stay out of the public eye for much of their careers? Warren Buffett, for example, has a net worth of over $100 billion, yet he rarely seeks the spotlight, leading by example and letting his actions speak louder than his words. In this video, we'll explore why disappearing might actually be the secret to transforming your leadership. You'll discover how stepping into the background can unlock your full potential, allowing you to influence people more effectively, make smarter decisions, and build a legacy that lasts long after you've stepped away. Ready to learn how to lead without always being seen? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Invisible Leader. Mastering the art of subtle influence. One of the most powerful strategies of leadership is knowing when to stay out of the spotlight. Leaders who excel at influence often do so without drawing attention to themselves. The idea is to lead through action, not appearance. Research from the Journal of Applied Psychology suggests that effective leadership isn't about being loud or visible all the time. Leaders who practice subtle influence inspire loyalty and trust in their teams by focusing on helping others succeed, rather than seeking personal glory. For example, Steve Jobs was often in the background, allowing his team to shine, while still leading Apple to success. The key here is learning to listen more than you speak. A great leader is often the one asking questions and encouraging others to share their ideas. This approach fosters a team atmosphere where everyone feels valued, creating stronger, more collaborative environments. Chapter 2. Rebirth of the Leader. How to let go and reinvent. True transformation begins when you decide to let go of who you were. Leaders often hold on to their old identities, but true growth happens when you step away from old habits and redefine yourself. In his book Leaders Eat Last, Simon Sinek explains that leadership isn't about maintaining the status quo but constantly evolving. When you disappear from your old self, you open the door to new possibilities. You're able to identify areas of weakness, learn from failure, and come back stronger. A great example of reinvention is Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks. Schultz once admitted that his own leadership style had to change for the company to grow. He learned to adapt, rethinking how he approached his role and ultimately turning Starbucks into a global powerhouse. Chapter 3. The Power of Stealth Mode. Lead with quiet strength. Sometimes, disappearing doesn't mean stepping away from leadership altogether. It means leading from the shadows. Leading in stealth mode allows you to observe, reflect, and make decisions without the pressure of constantly being in the public eye. In fact, research by Harvard Business Review found that leaders who practice quiet leadership are often more effective in creating long-term results. Quiet leadership doesn't involve a lot of fanfare, but instead focuses on small, consistent actions that drive change. One great example of this is Warren Buffett. While he is widely regarded as one of the most successful investors in history, Buffett isn't known for making noise in the media. He leads by example, quietly making calculated decisions that have had lasting effects on the economy and stock markets. If you're enjoying these insights, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more leadership tips that can transform your career. Chapter 4. The Silent Revolution. Transforming your inner game for outer success. Transformation isn't just about changing your actions, it starts with your mindset. To lead in a way that is truly transformative, you need to rewire how you think about success, failure, and growth. Research by Carol Dweck, a psychologist at Stanford University, highlights the power of a growth mindset. Leaders who believe in their ability to learn and grow are better at adapting to change and overcoming obstacles. The silent revolution is about realizing that personal development is a constant process. To put this into action, focus on small habits that improve your mental resilience. Practice mindfulness, read books that challenge your thinking, and constantly reflect on your leadership style. This will help you build a strong internal foundation that allows you to weather the storms of leadership. Chapter 5. Embracing the void. Why stepping back makes you a better leader. Sometimes, leadership requires you to step back and let things breathe. The concept of embracing the void refers to intentionally taking time away from your team to allow space for innovation and problem solving. When leaders step back, they give their teams the freedom to step up. In fact, studies show that autonomy is one of the biggest motivators for employees. According to Gallup's State of the American Workplace report, employees who feel they have the freedom to make decisions are more engaged and productive. Think about Jeff Bezos. As Amazon grew, he learned to delegate key decisions, stepping back from the day-to-day operations. This allowed his team to innovate without his constant oversight. By trusting his team and stepping away, Bezos was able to foster a culture of independence that was crucial to Amazon's success. Chapter 6. Legacy of the Invisible. Leaving a mark without a trace. True leaders don't need to be remembered for their titles or fame. They're remembered for their impact. The idea of leaving a legacy of the invisible means creating lasting change without needing personal recognition. Take Gandhi as an example. His leadership wasn't about standing in front of crowds and demanding attention. Instead, he used quiet strength and nonviolent action to create massive social change. His legacy is about what he inspired others to do, not about what he did himself. Leaders who disappear from the spotlight are often the ones whose impact outlasts their time in leadership. Whether it's through creating systems that last or empowering others to lead, the legacy you leave can be much greater when it isn't tied to your personal brand. Remember to subscribe for more leadership secrets that can change the way you lead and leave a powerful legacy. By focusing on these strategies, mastering subtle influence, embracing reinvention, leading from the shadows, transforming your mindset, stepping back to allow growth, and leaving a lasting legacy, you can disappear in a way that doesn't weaken your leadership but strengthens it. It's not about the attention you draw, it's about the lasting impact you create. Embrace the power of disappearing, and watch how it transforms not just you, but those around you.